Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Weekly Coder. I'm Chris, and today we are not actually going to do a Weekly Coder project episode. We're not going to be doing any coding today, it's just going to be me talking. So I just got a few things I got to cover, and after that I will not take up any more of your time. So for right now, what we need to talk about is I haven't posted a video in the last few months or so. And that's because I've had a lot of stuff going on. So, you know, primary job, wife, kids, family, all that stuff. So, you know, I've got a lot of things going on. And that plus, you know, developing content actually takes a lot of time. So I have to do research. I have to figure out what I'm actually going to do a tutorial series on. And then I have to actually put my thinking cap on and have to come up with all of the different ways that I'm going to build the project out and figure out what it is that I'm actually trying to teach you guys through these tutorials, because I don't want them to become just, here's another 2D scroller, or here's another puzzle game, or here's another any kind of genre you can think of. And I don't want to always use the same kind of game mechanics. So for instance, if we did a 2D scroller like Mario, the one that I already did, for instance, we used raycasting, and we basically built our own collision detection. So the reason I did that is because I wanted you guys to have some exposure as to how you would go about doing that on your own. You know, working with your own gravity, velocity, and, you know, working on how to get your arcing and your jumps and things like that. Unity also has a built-in physics engine that can take care of a lot of that for us, and we wouldn't have to then write that ourselves. But it's good to know these things so that you kind of have an idea of what's going on in the background. So, with that said, the next 2D platformer that I'll probably make is going to be something that's centered around the Unity physics engine. So that'll be a whole different kind of series. It'll be a 2D scroller, but it'll use physics instead of us creating our own. So that's a whole different kind of thing. Same way with there's pretty much some primary thing I am like not good with the vocabulary right now for some reason. Anyways, so there's some primary concept that I'm going to be teaching in each of these series. And so it's kind of, it's not very easy to come up with these things. So I'm doing my best to come up with content and to get content out to you on a regular basis. So the next video that I'll be posting is going to be a new series. I'm not going to say what it is yet. So that'll be a surprise, maybe. Eventually I'll probably announce it. But it's going to be a simple game. But it'll employ a whole bunch of different kind of game mechanics that we haven't covered yet. Maybe. But we'll get into all that. What I mainly want to convey in this message is that I haven't dropped off the face of the earth. I've been working on new content. And what I'm hoping for, and I'm almost done with the project, so what I'm hoping for is not this weekend, but next weekend, I want to post the first video, and as always, that video is going to basically cover the setup and kind of lay out the scene so that we can start building our game. So, the other thing that I wanted to mention is that we've recently surpassed 2,000 subscribers, which is cool. It may not seem like a huge number to some of you, because there are YouTubers out there who have, hundreds of thousands and millions, and I don't know if it goes beyond that, but still millions of subscribers. This channel being as niche as it is, I don't know that it's ever going to hit that mark, millions of subscribers. Probably not, and I'm okay with that. I'm not worried about being famous or having a huge YouTube channel. Basically, I just want to share my knowledge with the rest of you guys out there. Now, I have created a Patreon. I know some of you have asked, because I know some of you are willing to be patrons and help out and support the channel. So if you want to do that, you can go to my Patreon. The link's down below. And what I'm going to do is really cool, because you guys have been asking me for source code. A lot of you have been asking me for source code, and everyone keeps asking me for scripts. And I don't believe in passing that out just randomly, because if I were to have these videos and then I list the scripts for download, no one would watch the video. You guys would literally just download the script and try to make the game work. And that would either result in, okay, something functional that might work, or something that wouldn't work that you guys would constantly just be emailing me, asking me questions. Hey, how does this work? Why does this work? Why does this not work? Why does that not work? And my comment to that would be, hey, did you guys actually watch the videos, or did you just download the script? What I've decided to do to release the source code to all the projects that I'm working on, but they'll be available only to my patrons. You can become a patron on my Patreon, and the minimum tier to subscribe to is the $5 a month tier. Now, the cool thing with that is you'll be a patron, you'll show your support to the channel, and you'll have access to all the source code that is posted from now until I stop making videos altogether. The way that I'm going to do this right now is I'm going to release the current projects that are on YouTube. I'm going to start releasing the source code for, spread it out over a couple of weeks of time. Going forward, what I'm going to do is, alongside every video, I'm going to release the project as it is at the end of the video. So as we work through the tutorial, I'm going to save the project as it is, and then I'm going to upload it to Patreon, and it'll be available to all the patrons to download. So you can follow along to the tutorial, and then at the end, if you have, questions or things just didn't go your way and you want to compare it to what I have, then you can just download that project source and you can go from there. Simple. I'm not trying to gouge any. If you like what I do, if you want to support the channel, go to Patreon, pledge, become a patron, and stay a patron. Don't just show up and oh, hey, here's my $5. I'm gonna get my scripts. I'm just gonna leave now and be done with it. And you know what? If that's what you want to do, that's fine. I don't care. Get what you need and go and unsubscribe or leave the channel or whatever. That's completely up to you. But if you're here to learn and if you're here to support the channel and you believe in what I'm doing, then, stick around, because I've got some really exciting projects coming your way. Now, another update. This is also kind of a secret kind of thing. So, I've been working with my brother. We often collaborate together when it comes to Unity projects. We've decided to start up a channel that is sort of similar to the Weekly Coder, but this is going to be a little different. It's basically going to be coding in the raw. We are not going to edit anything out. It's completely unscripted. We basically are just going to go with it and give it our best shot. So if that means that, hey, we got to Google something because we don't know how to do it, then you're going to sit there and watch us Google. And you're going to watch us figure things out. And guys will get to see the actual creative process that goes into putting a project like this together. It'll be a lot of fun. And the channel, it's not out yet. We've got a name for it. We're working on the intro. By the time that I post the first new video, a week or 2 weeks from now, at the end of that, I will probably also announce the new channel. All of you who love what I do here are going to love this new channel. Just mark my word. The one thing I will say is it is extremely raw. Okay, so there are no filters. We're not editing out any bad words. There's going to be lots of cursing, because that's what happens when you write code. For real. When you're writing code, you're bashing on your keyboard and you're cursing at the screen because you're well, it's going to be funny. It's going to be like comedy coding. It's crazy. But yeah, you guys should see it. Definitely check it out. I will post a link as soon as I can when the channel becomes available. So those are really all the updates. I haven't been doing much else lately. I've been kind of working on some other side projects here and there. I also dabble a little bit in 3D printing and CNC. So I do a lot of design work in Fusion 360. So I recently actually built my own 3D printer out of just random parts. So that I actually am thinking about making channel 2 is doing my DIY stuff. As far as you guys are concerned, the Weekly Coder is just a coding channel, and that's all I do, but that's not all I do. I do so many other things that I would love to share with everybody. But again, videos are easy to film. I mean, it's so easy to create footage. You just turn the camera on and you point it at whatever you're doing and you capture it. Not everyone necessarily wants to see all of the things that you're capturing. I mean, you might have a project that you're working on and it takes you 3 hours. You capture that 3 hours of footage and you've got to figure out how to best present that footage to the people watching. You know, and you've got to try and condense that down to like 15 minutes because that's the best average view time that YouTube gets. I mean, that's really, really hard. This video is probably already too damn long. So I'm probably going to just start talking. Stop. I've already started. So I'm going to stop talking now. If you guys like the channel, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. Check out my Patreon page to support the Weekly Coder. And yeah, give me a thumbs up if you like the video. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. That's cool too. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks.